That added to the theme quite nicely. What's up, guys, and welcome back to the infamous project. Today we got another episode for you featuring the one and only Shitbox-Fox. I posted that up on my Instagram earlier this week, and a lot of people think that's a real plate. It actually isn't. 10 bucks on eBay. You get 2 plates, you get all types of plate fastening hardware and everything else, and pretty good deal for you to put whatever you want on there. And I had them within a week, which was super cool. So got home today, and down at the fence I have received our very first donated part, a brand new Ford Motorcraft water pump in the box. And thank you so much to the gentleman who sent this. I can't remember your name off the top of my head. So if you guys haven't been following the podcast with myself and Gary from Casual Customs, the podcast is called Rollin', and my 5.0. It's not hard to forget. And you can find it on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, all the different platforms. But we've officially announced we're doing this. We are going to fix the Shitbox-Fox, not touching the paint in any way, shape, or form. But we have decided that we are going to drive this thing to Motor City Fox Fest at the Ford World Headquarters in Dearborn, Michigan this July. So what does that mean? It means we need a lot of stuff. We need suspension stuff, we need brake stuff, we need a lot of interior stuff. What we really want to do is get the interior actually nice, everything working and comfortable, because, well, we got about a 20+ hour drive in this thing. So we're going out to market, we're asking for donations. So you can go to my website, I'll put the link down in my description. You guys can go there, you can see all of the parts that we're looking to try and get. And if you have one of those, you can click the link and follow up with me. I'll give you shipping details, everything else, and hopefully we can gather all the parts that we need. On the flip side of that, I also have different payment options on there. If you guys just want to donate to the Shitbox-Fox cause and to see this thing come back to life, anybody who donates more than $25 is actually going to get a custom sticker. And we haven't figured out the design yet. That is coming soon. In fact, hopefully the design will be up by the time this video is released. But stickers are going to go all within the engine bay. So the whole engine bay compartment is going to be plastered with sponsorship donation stickers. Again, anything over $25. And hopefully we can get this thing where it needs to be to get it back on the road. So I had 2 of the old wheels in here. I had some old batteries, all types of stuff. I figured, you know what, I'll hit it with the vacuum cleaner and try and make some room, because I'm going to start throwing all the donations in the back here for now, because Gary is all the way back up in Canada. We need Gary to come down here, and we need to probably do 2 full wrenching sessions. We haven't figured out all the logistics yet, but the reality will be he'll probably come down. We'll do some initial stuff, probably a lot of mechanical, try and get that out of the way. So suspension, brakes, might pull the motor in all reality, radiator, water pump, some gaskets, all that other good stuff. And the second time around, before the actual show, maybe do and tackle the interior. So pull everything out, clean everything, probably throw kill mat everywhere, and see how far we can get, whether we wire up even a bigger booming sound system in here or whatever it might be. But we're going to keep the interior black, of course. Some of this is dyed. We'd like to get it all true black if we can, or we will re-dye the components that we need to. So I was messing around here. I actually flipped up the rear seats. If you guys have noticed, you can see we definitely need a carpet. We need a lot of stuff, guys. And the foam, I'm sure some of you guys know what happens when seats get really old, and this is even worse. It's probably moldy and everything else. The cover literally, the vacuum sucked it right off, and all this brittle foam just started literally going everywhere. So I'm gonna go get my roll of black duct tape, and I'm just gonna duct tape this back together for now. These seats ultimately are probably gonna get taken out and thrown away. If we don't end up with a rear seat set for this car, then we might just do rear seat delete. gonna go ahead and get that taped up, and then I think we're gonna mess around in the front here. I posted up a picture for members regarding the front end, and you can see that there's some tape there. And I was joking around to some friends like, oh, I was just had the headlight covers taped on so that they didn't blow away in the wind. Well, I've got a plan, and we're gonna get into the plan here in a minute, because if you can sort of see how that tape makes the front end of the car look angry, yeah, we want to keep the angry looking theme. So I'm probably going to dive right into a little bit of R&D, if you want to call it, and see if we can't come up with a cool little concept, something that's unique, something that's different, and might just involve a set of one-piece headlights, because, well, I've got a couple sets laying around. In fact, there's a set that I was kicking around in one of my last videos. I stuck them on Lewis's Cobra there just to mess with them. But yeah, let's see what we can get done. Let me tape up the seat first, and then we'll get around here to the front end and see what we can't do. The worst part is, guys, is I'm sure some of you out there have bought a Foxbody at this type of repair, like not necessarily this, but this level or this quality of repair has been done. And it really just makes you put stuff into perspective and makes you laugh. Like, you know, somebody would actually consider this to be an okay fix. All right, so now that we got the interior cleaned up somewhat, well, even more so, just a little bit at a time, you know? Got my Miller Lite in my hand, time to get inspired here. I'm gonna pop these headlight covers off, and we have to take out the actual buckets, if you will, of the lights, because the lights are there, the housings are there, but the lenses, they all fell off due to the heat. So let's go ahead and see if we can get them off with ease. All right, guys, so you don't have to use vice grips here. You can see there's actually a hex on there, so you can probably get those bigger than a 7/16. So it might be a half, or it could actually be a 12. Almost looks like it's going to be a 12, and that way you won't mess up the threads on there. But because this is the shitbox, I'm not overly concerned. This is all going to get changed and updated. So, as we can see, I definitely left some material on the table here. So maybe what I'll do is I'll cut this section off so I have it. There we go, that looks better. Alright guys, I've never done these zip tie stitches, but of course we've all seen them on the internet, so we'll give it a whirl here. That added to the theme quite nicely. My first attempt, you know, tried some straight throughs, tried some cross stitching from on top, from under, added a couple more self-tapping screws in there. So there's definitely lots more opportunity for more zip ties and such up in the front here, but I think we're doing pretty good. You know, it can definitely do little bit down here. I'm going to save that because I have a surprise. The maker's lip is coming off, and something, I'm not going to say cooler because I'm not knocking the maker's lip, but something more fitting for the car is coming. So with that said, let me go grab these one-piece headlights real quick and set them in here. Not that that style is going to be staying, but we'll just stick them in here for now for a second. Alright guys, so I know it doesn't look like much right now, and I haven't explained very much in terms of what I did. I got some fiberglass resin down there, 2-part. You got the resin and the hardener, and then I got some fiberglass mat, which I've cut some sections of, and used just some random stuff laying around, cardboard, tape. Make sure you wear gloves, and fiberglass is some pretty messy, gooey stuff, especially with the resin. Gonna let that harden and cure up. But essentially what I've done here is I've created, and this is already nice and hard on this side. So what I'll be doing after the fact is I'm gonna cut this strip that I'm looking to get here to have this nice and straight. This, again guys, this isn't, you know, trying to be a perfectionist here. This is just a complete random proof of concept, just to see a different style hood, which there's so many different weird hoods on the market that I just wanted to try something different. So this hood is actually inspired from the BMW world. It's called a Bowser hood, which this section usually cuts over one of the inner headlamps, which kind of just makes it look like an angry eyebrow covering over, you know, an eyeball. So that's pretty much what inspired me to do this. Like I said, we're gonna let that other side cure up a little bit. We're gonna cut these straight. Then after that, I've got some short strand fiberglass. I'll probably just run that in there, and then we'll be able to kind of sand it down and ultimately see what it looks like, especially when it's kind of laying over that one-piece headlight. And you know, it's not going to be hard to match the paint on this hood. Funny enough, there was actually red paint underneath this black, so the hood did match the car at one point. I guess maybe it was fading really bad, so somebody decided to hit it with a rattle can, and well, I'll be hitting it with a rattle can again. So we'll let this cure up, cut this out, and see what things look like. All right guys, I really didn't spend very much time on that driver's side. The bodywork looks horrendous, and I just sprayed a little bit of paint on there to give you guys a 10-foot view of what I'm going after. So with the sun going down, I wanted to kind of just see, because one of those things, you want to see it before you close out your day. And you know what, like when you get on this angle right here, like it is so subtle. I think it's cool, but I'm biased because I did it. I'm curious to know what you guys think. Now, mind you, these one-piece headlights, are they doing it a favor or are they not doing it a favor? Should I try putting a regular set of lights in? I don't know. but I'm kind of digging it. I feel like some of the angles of those lights, I have a different set of one-piece headlights in the Celine car, so maybe I'll try those ones because they are actually a nicer looking light than these ones here. And these ones I've kicked around on the ground and everything else, so they're not in the best of shape, needless to say. But there you guys have it. Hopefully you enjoyed a little bit of R&D, cleanup, and hopefully you're just as excited as myself and Gary is about driving this thing and getting it back on the road for the Motor City Fox Fest show in July. So again, if you didn't catch that in the beginning, you guys can donate parts, you can donate money, and all of the contributions are going to go back towards getting this car back on the road safely so we can drive the car and show it at the show in July. Depending how much donation we get, who knows, maybe it'll go even further, you never know. But a shitbox-Fox for the Fox lovers, by the Fox lovers, by the Fox lovers, for the Fox lovers, however that saying goes. But check it out, and until next time, there will be weekly releases on the shitbox. At least I'm going to do my best to do weekly releases. And the next video, I think the next video, if it's not the next video, then it might be a couple videos, but there is something so cool coming. Again, that maker's lip will be coming off and something else will be going on. So until next time, we'll see you here on the Infamous Project.